Hello, good evening, and good welcome to Gaming Taverns podcast, episode 194th. I'm Jamie. It's not just me this evening. We've got the one and only MPV Graham. Come on in, MPV Graham. How are you?
Good. Hello. I am good,
indeed.
thank you.
Good.
How are you?
Good. I am, as always, spiffing. It's tremendous to be here once again on Sunday, 8 p.m.
Ish.
Thank you very much. Solo-ish. Single-ish
Yeah.
indeed. As we spoke 2 weeks ago, obviously we're doing a slightly different schedule with the podcast now. We're doing 1 week podcast, 1 week game stream. Last week we played some Arc Raiders. Graham, you enjoyed a bit of Arc Raiders?
Good. Yeah. It was fun to enjoy Pete's rage along with. I think we might have made him turn a corner with.
I feel like he got there in the end. He was definitely enjoying it more than more than he was at the start. By the time we got to the end, I think it was the end. You can go watch it stream for yourself to see his highs and lows. I think I definitely got us killed more than once and fighting people and getting blown up by the
The fact he wanted to play it was a good start.
Indeed. And yeah, hopefully we'll play again soon at some point, because it is a lot more enjoyable with people, especially people you know. I did have a quick go on my own. Was it yesterday afternoon? And there was like 5 or 6 random people bumped into, and we were all trying to fight this thing, and I died. I've got knocked down, and then they all helped us get back to the extraction. They kept us alive, which was very good. That's the spirit of the game, not shooting people on sight, Graham, like you choose to.
On site.
I can't believe you've done this.
On site. I shot someone on site today.
It was your idea.
It was my idea, but who shot us?
Oh, I don't know. Someone took too long, so someone had to take the initiative, and start shooting.
I was trying to inject drama, saying we should add some drama into this. Let's fight some. Rather than
did.
No, that's not in the spirit or something. You went, why aren't you shooting?
It's not in the spirit, but then you didn't shoot. So I took the initiative and took the first shot, and then we killed them all. And then we ended up dying many times after that. But by the way, you go watch the stream.
You did. I know. I never died once.
I know you didn't die. No. You can go watch the stream on Gaming Tavern UK YouTube channel. Again, see our highs and lows, see the rage, see the sadness, and see us come back and get all the lemons and olives and apricots in the world. I don't think there's any left now.
Yeah.
The amount of fucking fruit we found. But yeah, very good game. Really enjoyed that. Hopefully we'll play again soon. Next week we're back with another stream. Maybe some more Arc Raiders, maybe something new. Depends on what happens in between now and next Sunday and who's available. But this week, like I said, it's the alternate week, so we're doing a podcast. We've got a slightly different format of what we're going to run the shows as. We're not going to spend too long on the news or anything like that. We're going to pick one game each we're going to talk about and do a little game to start things off, stuff like that. When we've got a full crew, obviously we haven't got Ross or Ian here this week. They're off watching, is it NFL tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, NFL. They like the Patriots.
Go Broncos.
Yeah.
That'll keep them happy. I understand.
Playing the Wombats or the Capybaras, whatever the hell they are.
So that just me and Graham this evening. So we're still going to stick to some of the routine, but yeah, again, in 2 weeks when we've got everybody back, we'll keep into more of a regular format, which hopefully will be a lot quicker. Last week's episode was the fastest one we've ever done. So see if we can keep that energy flowing this evening. But Graham.
Yes.
Like I said, we are going to start off every episode with a game. And seeing as Ross isn't here, I don't want to put you on the spot. So I've prepared a little something for you.
Okay.
Just a little something, just for you, just to see how this works. See if this gets the juices flowing. So it should be a bit quicker than 20 questions, hopefully. And it's an idea that I might have lifted almost wholesale from GameScoop, IGN's podcast. And they call it Real Mature Video Games. And so I've called it Real Mature Video Games as well, because I've got no ingenuity. And basically, the ESRB, they rate all the video games.
The cheating ratings.
They give it the Peggies and all that sort of stuff.
Yep, I do.
So on the website itself, they have a description of the games. They don't obviously spoil anything or anything like that, but they describe what they led them to the rating. Yep. And so what they do and what I've done is I've taken 4 snippets out of this description of one game. And I'm going to read them to you, and they start off harder and they gradually get easier. I think it should be a little bit more obvious what the game is by the time you get to the end of the 4th clue, and see how soon you can get it. Does that make sense? Okay. You follow along?
It does. I'll try and do it.
So let me just wet my whistle. Excuse me. Right. So clue number 1 for this video game. Attacks on some enemies can result in blood splatter effects. Several environments depict bloodstains on the ground around corpses. That's clue 1. Very vague, but I mean, yeah, it's the idea is the first one is to be real tricky. It could really apply to games, I'm sure. Or
okay.
games. But yeah,
I was about to say a blood spatter around. That's been around since the sort of the next new era of sort of from the 360 upwards, I suppose.
Indeed. Shall I jump to clue 2? Keep things flowing.
I might allow one guess, or can I guess my way through it?
No, I mean you can have a guess per clue if you like.
But is it Xbox themed, or could it be just any game in general?
It's just any. It can be. I've got a big list of games. This one I picked out. Yeah, it could be any format.
Okay, well, yeah, that narrows it down nicely. Doom.
But would I die? Oh, yeah. Well, Doom. Okay. No, it's not Doom. Good choice. Good guess. And I'll give you a slight.
I'm not sure the blood appeared on the floor, but yeah.
Well, you never know. I was
going to say Resident Evil. That had some blood spatter as well.
Yeah, but not Resident Evil either. All right, clue number 2, which I feel like might lead you in sort of the right direction, perhaps. Okay. Players interact with various characters, complete quests, and search for supplies while battling enemies.
I mean, that just sounds like outrageous.
It's not Heartgraders either.
So players search. You say search for loot whilst killing others?
No, interact with various characters, complete quests, and search for supplies while battling enemies.
I mean, that's kind of any kind of RPG. Could be Fallout.
Not Fallout. All right, let's move on to the next one. This game contains some suggestive material in the dialogue, and after sharing a bed with characters, e.g., life is a sexually transmitted disease that's 100% fatal.
Oh, it's not Duke Nukem, is it?
No, that does sound like a Duke Nukem phrase, but it's not Duke Nukem, no. Yeah, it's yeah. And then I'll give you the final clue because I feel like this
Fable?
one will... No, not Fable either. Although you're sort of shooting in the right direction, sort of in a manner of speaking. But we'll go for the final clue.
RPGs where there's sort of sex implied.
All right, this final clue.
GTA. Oh no, GTA.
You'll definitely get it on this one. An open world role-playing game in which players assume the role of a miner.
Oh, Red Faction.
No, tasked with finding. I'm going to blank this one out. Something across the galaxy.
Oh, Starfield.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. Starfield. Yeah, so I mean, I must admit, I prepared this question many moons ago. So I don't have the rest of it yet up in front of me. But yeah, so yeah, I like that game when they play it on there, and I like to play it here. I've got a lot more here lined up. I'm not going to make you do any more now, but...
I approve. Just I don't like the ultra vagueness of it. It's like saying you have a gun.
some of them there was not a lot to choose from.
Like, come on, dude.
Some of them were like
come on, bro.
There was I can't remember which one of these I was trying to do, but it was literally like everything in there was completely vague. I was like, how am I going to get anywhere near what sort of get the idea of what this game is? But yeah, no, I'm glad you got there in the end. That's good. Obviously, that final clue sort of give it away a little bit. But
was obviously a straight way into it, but
yeah. So we'll play some more of that at some point when Ross is back. Obviously, Ross's quiz should be the next time we join together, or unless you want to prepare a little game before we start off. It doesn't have to be the same game. It could be 20 questions. It could be something like that.
It's going to be the same game. I'll give you the same
top
juicy
5
hints that you gave me.
Yeah, so we'll play some more of them sort of games. But so far, that's 2 for 2 for you, Gray. You got 20 questions 2 weeks ago, and you got the real mature video games patent pending quiz here. So well done, congratulations to you. Round of applause. Right, your turn now, Mr. Graham. What's your best pull?
Well, it was almost going to be a sort of a confetti rain down moment. I finally pulled my first sort of like actual pull rather than doing like a challenge to get one. I pulled a team of the year, but it wasn't just a team of the year. It was a team of the year icon. But sadly, it was a Team of the Year icon goalie, and it was the Russian Yashin, Team of the Year Yashin icon. It's just when you go, yeah, okay.
And why is that such a disappointment to get not Team of the Year or whatever it was? I've really forgotten his name. Yashin.
Yashin. Yeah. So I mean, the only thing cool about him is that he's the only sort of player in the game that plays with like a flat cap, and plays in the actual game with a flat cap on as well.
Okay.
But I think there's other people that've got some weird either mask or something on. But yeah, it's just the Team of the Year ones that they're like the hyper boosted cards that you get halfway through the kind of game's life, shall we say. And this is where it sort of starts to go towards the end of the season before you start preparing for the new one. So this is like, if you get one of the best cards, you get like a slight head start on like a, like an extra boost for your team. But like the way it boosts it is like you get 3 different play styles, they're called, but it's kind of a way to boost a game. Either they're a little bit quicker, their shots are a bit stronger, or if you do like a curly shot, it's more likely to go in than it is for others, or if your pass is flies across the ground quicker, or it curves away from defenders, so like it passes like much better. And there's so many different ones out there, but the Team of the Year cards have like 3 of them. Well, at the moment they've only got like 1 each, so to have like 3 on an outfield play is sort of gives you that extra kind of boost.
Okay.
So it's that, and they've done a little goofy animation this time, so it's a bit more glamorous. So when you pull one, they come out in like a tuxedo kind of thing, so it looks all prim and proper on like the walkout animation. And then when they score as well, you get a little Team of the Year banner that appears on the screen, like a little frame outside that says like Team of the Year. And so your player comes up when they score, but the chances are my guy's never going to score. Because he's a goal.
Because I mean, if anyone could pull it off, I'm sure you can. But at the same time,
tempted to do it just in an offline sort of computer battle on an easier thing. Just put him outfield just to get a goal, just to see if it does one.
I was going to say you can assign him to be you don't have to put him in goal. You can put him wherever you want.
Yeah, no, you can do vice versa. You can stick random players in goal, or you can stick a goalie up front. But the stats are completely wrecked either way. So if you do that, then they're going to be a crap goalie or a crap outfield player.
Yeah.
So you do it at your own peril, shall we say?
Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, I'm sure you can pull it off. I'm sure you can get that goal with. I've already forgotten his name. I'm sorry.
Yashin. Yeah.
Yashin. There we go. Thank you very much. And yeah, nice. Well, excellent pull. Not as good as last week's or last time's, obviously, with the custom-made Thunderstruck Hacker that will forever live in our hearts. But
yep.
Decent nonetheless.
Into a Thunderstruck King.
Decent nonetheless. Okay, so like I said, we usually start off what we're doing with talking about a game we've been playing this week or for the last few weeks. I've not been playing anything that I can talk about, which is helpful. Graham, you said you haven't been playing much too different. Do you want to mention something real quick? What you have been checking out?
Literally haven't sort of deviated too much. I've been sort of still hard into sort of Octopath and Traveller. I keep going off the beaten path and doing all the side bits and training my guys up a little bit of now. I've got my guys up to like level 46, 47, and like the quests are like level 36. So I've kind of gone too far ahead with the side stuff all the main quest stuff is a little bit too easy at the moment. But it's a lot of different kind of storylines. But I mean, for like an 8-bit game like that, they enough put in a lot of sort of grim storylines into there. I mean, it's semi-spoiler stuff, but I mean, they're sticking head it's implied off screen that they've sort of executed sort of people, and they've got a head in a basket, and they keep being sent to different people. There's one king who got whipped, and his body got cut up, arms, legs, and heads, and they were sent to different leaders around the continent. It's like, Jesus, extra bit of grim for an 8-bit. You just don't expect it to be that level of grimness.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then yeah, it's just there's some real grit to this game at times. But they achieve it. I mean, they did it quite before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I mean, like I said, the it's hard to care about everyone's different story because you've got to choose. I mean, I've got about 20 people in my team at the moment, so it's hard to care about everyone's story, remember everyone's name or all their background and everything else. I mean, you got the initial 5 or 6 people because they're from the same village as yourself, and so they're all share the same sort of story. But it was just so many other people that you're sort of come intertwined with, and they've all got their own sort of heavy backstory that you kind of play through a little bit. But where before it was like 8 people that you knew all of their black story and you played through it and everything, it's just there's way too many now to sort of care about all of it and sort of remember all of their different kind of stories.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's cool because they've done it in a way that you use all these different characters, and then eventually you can borrow their moves and train other people with them, so you can kind of build a super team. But you have to play as all the different characters to start learning their moves to sort of give to others.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I like the way it's done anyway from before, but it's there's a lot of story to it, but there's a lot of different sort of characters to sort of care about their story as well. But it's fun. It's the same sort of style game that the others are, and if you're into that kind of story mode and the way that the combat is, it's just as awesome as the others.
Yeah, nice, good. I mean, just watching this trailer again as you've been playing, like it looks very cool. But again, not Claire Obscure might have won me over, but I don't think I'm quite ready to experience a general Japanese, like a JRPG type thing.
It brings
not
it.
like that.
It's a different dynamic to the basic sort of turn-based thing. It's still not as flat as what most of them are. There's different degrees to it because you can do boosted attacks, and then you've got a front and back row, and you can interswitch them at any point. And so, it's done in a way that it's different and unique, and it's worked from the first one, and they've just slightly improved it each time, but kept the base core bit what made it fun there. So yeah,
good. I'm glad you're still enjoying it,
Good.
still working your way through it. Good stuff. Good. So again, very short segment because, like I said, I haven't really got anything I could talk about, and we're trying to limit the waffling that I do. I will be waffling at some point in the next few months, I'm sure, because we've got a few good games coming out. But at the moment, my lips are sealed. Right. So again, like I said before, we're not going to do too many news things on this show anymore, but we got to cover the developer _direct because that was a pretty kick-ass showcase. So before we get into that, I'm just going to give some quick pluggals as Ross isn't here. You can go to xboxtavern.com. You can read all of our written reviews, including the games I'm not allowed to talk about. And we've got many other games coming up that people are reviewing as well. We've had a good few reviews go up this year already, to be honest. Let me just bring up a little list here. So we've got, when it wants to work, we've got a review of Mio, Memories in Orbit, which come to Game Pass last week, I think, or earlier this week. Our man Nathan reviewed that one. He really enjoyed it. It's a very good, like Metroidvania style game. Vanbrace, the Dungeon Monarch from AJ, he gave it a 6.5. Didn't quite hit the spot for him. I played Vanbrace Cold Stone. That didn't really do the job for me either, but he really enjoyed that one, so he was keen to play this one. Didn't quite make it. God Bless or Goddess review. It's like a live action FMV choose your own adventures type game. I'm going to leave it there, and I'm just going to encourage you to go read it and look at the pictures, and you'll see why I'm just going to leave it there because we don't need to get into it right now. It was passable. I gave it a 6 out of 10. It was all right, but it wasn't quite as enjoyable as some of the other live action FMV type games I've played in the past. And like I said, we've got plenty more coming up this week and the weeks coming. Lots of good stuff to look forward to this year, especially early in the year. Got Resident Evil at the end of February. Look forward to checking that one out. And Romeo's a Dead Man coming out in a few weeks as well, which I'm looking forward to trying. That looks pretty cool. And a few other bits and pieces. xboxtavern.com for written stuff, reviews, opinions, articles, etc. Gaming Tavern UK on the YouTubes here, where we are right now at 8 p.m.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Each and every Sunday. 1 week podcast, 1 week game stream. You can go see the archives. They're both up on the YouTube channel right now. If you want to go and do that, that would be tremendous. And then you can find us on social media, Tavern at Xbox Tavern on Twitter and Facebook and Blue Sky and all that sort of stuff. We don't post very often because, quite frankly, it's not my thing. I probably should do a bit more, but yeah, you can find us on there should you want to message us or check out our occasional inane thoughts about things and pieces that pop up in the industry. Right, Gray, speaking of things popping up in the industry,
yes,
Fable. So we finally got the developer _direct this past Thursday, and there was 3 games announced to showcase at it. It was Beast of Reincarnation, if I got that name right. Yes, Beast of Reincarnation, Forza Horizon 6, and Fable. They did surprise reveal another game called Kiln from Double Fine, which is like a multiplayer party brawler where you create your own characters out of clay and create pots basically to carry water from one end of the map to the other, and then you can create any shape you want, and some shapes will hold more water but be slower, and some will hold less and be quicker and stronger and all this sort of stuff. It looks pretty fun. Well, we won't spend too long on that and some of the other games because Forza, we can wait for Ross to come back and wax lyrical about how good it looks. Although I must admit, I'm quite interested in playing it at the very least. It did look really cool. Like I said, Kiln looks pretty cool, but it's out middle of the year, I think. But there's a beta coming up soon, which you can sign up to should you so wish. Forza's coming out May 19th, like I said. We'll wait for Ross to properly dive into why that looks as incredible as it does. I mean, it looks tremendous, but the actual game is not for me or Graham really to get into. Beast of Reincarnation, I must admit I skipped over that because it just looked like another Souls-like
the Game Freak
Flash. It is the Game Freak one. Visually it looks very good, but what little I did watch, it just didn't really grab me in terms of having that sort of Souls-like combat and sort of one-on-one dodge parry stuff. And maybe it'd be very good. Maybe I've misread the room like I did with Claire Obscure Expedition 33 last year, but yeah, it really didn't float my boat, so I popped off to Ludo and then come back to watch that. But Fable, Graham, which is again, it's a mistake I made with Claire Obscure last year, so I could be completely wrong, and it could be at the end of the year Beast of Reincarnation actually my favorite game of the year. But I will give it a go because it is day one Game Pass whenever it releases this summer. But yeah, didn't really float my boat at the time. But Fable, as I said, that's one we're going to focus on because we both played Fable since day one. You've played all 3, correct?
I have completed all 3.
Yeah, so I didn't really like 3. I must admit, I bounced off it when you got to the town management stuff. But I very much enjoyed Fable 1 and especially Fable 2. Sort of that idyllic fantasy setting with goblins and orcs and magic and trees that grow with you and all that bullshit that Peter Molyneux come up with that never really made it into the final release. But yeah, crafting your hero, making being good or bad, having them that affect the way they look, which doesn't happen in the new one. But and then being able to buy houses and marry people and have kids and fight people and all this sort of stuff. Very good games. So I was very much looking forward to this new one. And seeing as it's Playground's first attempt at this, I was a bit apprehensive that it might not quite do it. Yeah, I mean, they've obviously done very well with Forza Horizon, but this is a whole new ball game for them. And they say in the direct, which I'll stop playing in a second, but that they sort of built this team from the ground up with people in mind to create a game like this. And I think it looks fucking tremendous. So it's coming out in the autumn. That's the first thing. They didn't give a firm date, which is slightly worrying considering GTA is obviously coming out in November. So autumn. Are they just saying autumn so they can get away with pushing it maybe into spring next year or back into winter next year? But
it won't be the first time this is kind of shenanigans happen. Exactly.
It's for a game so close to release to not have a firm date when Forza's got a firm date. It strikes me as we're hoping, but we'll see. I think they might be waiting for GTA to get delayed again, maybe, and then they can go. Oh, by the way, actually, it'll be out on September 7th or whatever. But we'll see. But in terms of the content they showed, is this what you watched, Greg? This video I'm playing now?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it captures a lot and more. It's definitely sort of brought it through to the sort of current generation of sort of graphics and visuals to it. And yeah, I've heard some people sort of mention it looks very Shire-like, almost sort of Lord of the Rings with the way it's kind of designed. But I mean, that's almost kind of like the feel that Fable had at times. It was a bit of that time, sort of the Middle Earthy kind of, with dwarves and orcs and things like that, swordplay. But I mean, yeah, the fact it showed the sort of a lot of, as we mentioned earlier, about the kicking the chickens. I mean, that's obviously
that's all we wanted to see. Show me kicking chickens, and I'm sold on Fable.
Yeah, so I mean that, and I imagine somewhere along the line is the what they call the morale doors, or whatever, where you have to sort of either perform good actions or specific actions, lead people, then kill people in front of the door to sort of trigger those special kind of doors. Yeah. I think they said that they changed how your actions sort of affected your look this time. It's not so heavily involved like last time. The more evil actions you did, you started growing horns and things like that, or the more good things you did, started getting a halo and stuff.
Yeah, they have said that that's not going to be a part of this, but there is character customization. So I'm sure if you want to, you could probably add things like that to make you look more evil or more good or what have you.
Yeah, because I like that part of the game, the consequences. But what I didn't like was that you're forced into the consequences, because you couldn't open some of the sort of the demon doors unless you did some of those actions. It feels like you're guaranteed to either get a little bit of horns or scar, because you have to if you want to see what's in that door.
Yeah, and I think that will still come into play here, but it will be featured. It will affect the town and the people around you rather than your character's look as such, because they said here that you got over 1,000 NPCs and they all react to you individually. So some people will appreciate you being a bit more of a dickhead, and some people will obviously hate you for that, or some people will like it because you saved their particular family or part of the village or whatever, and other people will hate you because you saved the wrong person type thing. And they showed a bit further on in this video, we're walking through town and someone's like, oh, that's what a hero looks like, and everyone's like, dickhead. All right, fair enough. Yeah, okay.
Bit of a contrast.
Yeah, but yeah, so the morality seems to come into play in that aspect rather than whether your character looks or evil or like an angel, what have you. And they said again, going back to the population, you can talk to everyone, bonus. We have fully voiced conversations, bonus. And then you can marry people. You can again get married, buy a house together, have kids. You can buy all the houses. You can sell them. You can evict people from the houses. You can basically treat it almost as like I said, the Fable 3, like a management simulator. But I think it will. Well, I'm hoping it'll be a lot more interesting than it was in Fable 3. But then there's also the return of, as we're seeing now, the return of magic, the return of one-on-one combat and sword fighting and kicking chickens. And I like the spell. I don't know if I've just missed it, where they turn the enemies into chickens. He kicks them and then they turn back into humans, but they're still giving it the sort of running around going what? Just a silly British humor, English humor, I should say. Of that is what is key to Fable, I think. And from what they showed, they seem to have fucking nailed it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's everything you kind of wanted from that. So glad they're sort of sticking to the roots of the game as well. But yeah, I mean, it's been a long time coming, and you just hope that it doesn't get delayed, because it tapered off from like Fable 2 and 3. A lot of people didn't think it captured the same elements. I mean, it still had sort of celebrity sort of voices added to it. So obviously the original, and Hugo might as well, obviously, like Treguard from that doing the speech, and then you had Stephen Fry on one of them as well. So I didn't know there was any mention of sort of celeb voices being anywhere. Oh, John Cleese was the other one, wasn't it?
John Cleese was in Fable 3, quite heavily. In this one, you've got I can't pronounce it. Is it Richard Ayoade?
Oh, Ayoade.
Ayoade. So he's in it as again. That was one of the first characters they showed, but in this gameplay showcase they're showing here, they revealed that his quest, he's like a farmer, and he discovers a super growth serum, to obviously improve his vegetables and that. But he ends up making himself a giant. And the option you have is to he becomes a bit of a menace. So the option you have is to kill him, or try and get him to become a bit less of a pain in the ass. And if you kill him, his giant corpse will lay on the land for the rest of the game, and that'll affect things like house prices and people's morale around it, as well as people's opinion of you because you killed him rather than save him. And yeah, so they said that's an early quest, obviously, but that's the idea of going through Fable. There'll be a lot more big choices that will affect not just you, but like the general area or even the entirety of Albion around you. And the way the people see you and the way you get treated when you go to certain towns or certain areas, and
it just enhances replay value, doesn't it? It's
it does.
Like, I want to go back and see what happens if you do it the other way. And
it's the first, well, probably not the first game in a while, but watching this is sort of one of those games where I got that sort of, what's the right way of putting it? Almost like this tingly feeling, and like I was like, like everything sounds so interesting, so exciting. I was like, I can't wait to get my hands in it. It's the first time in a long time that I've really it felt like back in 2005, was it, when Oblivion came out? This I've got the same sort of feeling again, like the Radiant AI of Oblivion, where all the characters had their own personalities and had their own routines and their own roles in the world. That's what they're going for here in Fable. And whether that pays off or not, I hope it does. From what they showed, it looks like it's going to be at least somewhat approaching that level of interactivity and immersion. And again, like they're showing now, this guy doesn't like you because you kicked him out of the house that you bought, even though he was living there. You bought it and you kicked him out. You could have just let him live there and he would have been on your side, but instead you kicked him out, and now you think you're horrible. You are. It's just, I don't want to be horrible. Don't want to be horrible to you, but yeah, and again, just the way it looks tremendous, like you said, the Shire and all the Lord of the Rings stuff like that. But this sort of fantasy is exactly up my street. Like, this is why I prefer things like Oblivion and Skyrim over Fallout and Starfield and stuff like that. Just this sort of small hamlets of villages and big open fields and lots of caves and stuff to explore, and yeah, I think it looks visually fucking tremendous, and I'm already dreading the amount of hours I'm going to sort of lose to it in anticipation of GTA is going to be out in a few weeks and I'm still not done with Fable. What the fuck am I going to do? It's going to be so hard to choose.
Yeah, so you don't want them competing with each other. That's your time. It's just like, one taster of one thing at a time.
So when you played the old Fables, did you go good? Did you go bad? Did you go like whatever the moment called for?
Yeah, it was always go through good the first time you go play through, and then you just do evil the second time. That's all. You usually do one first time and just play it through again, doing the opposite kind of way. Yeah. So yeah, usually always good the first time.
Yeah, and likewise. But I feel like there's going to be, or there have been times where, oh fuck it, like in Mass Effect, bit of good guy, oh fuck it, punch a reporter in the face. Every now and then, just something pops up. And I'm like, oh fuck, I'm going to choose the bad option, see what happens here. And I'm hoping they've managed to. Let's see, there's Richard again. Insert surname here. Yeah, his little trailer that they did a couple of years ago. It was very funny, very deadpan, and that's one other thing they've said about this game. They're going to have more sort of mockumentary style cutscenes and camera cuts. So in his trailer, it was a lot of him sitting there talking into the camera, making sort of deadpan jokes as he does, and there was some of that in this gameplay showcase they had here, but they said they're going to be more of that sort of style of comedy and humor and stuff, which again is very British, obviously, or very English, I should say. And yeah, I can't. Everything they showed was sort of what I wanted to see from them. There was nothing that I thought, oh no, they've only gone and fucked it by putting the wrong sort of music in, or the art style doesn't work, or this character doesn't look right, or whatever. But yeah, I think it looks and sounds and has the potential to be probably one of the best games of the year, I reckon. What say you, Graham?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's everything that you kind of want in Fable and everything I'm looking forward to kind of getting stuck into. I love my RPGs, and yeah, I've loved the series all the way through, so just can't wait to get my hands on it. It's going to be fun. Did they mention whether there's going to be any sort of multiplayer elements? I know they dabbled with it in the past to sort of mixed feelings on the previous Fable games. People sort of used it to cheese certain things, but I don't know if that was mentioned, whether they're going to do that, or they're just going to keep it solo. I'm fine either way, but
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see what decision they made with it.
That's a good question, actually, because I hadn't considered that. So there is a full interview with Ralph Fulton, which is the guy that was on the screen just then. But I must have a chance to read it yet. But I know a couple of things they mentioned in it was there's no dog like Fable 2. You had your dog companion that would help you around. Nothing like that. And there was something else that they changed. Oh, the stuff about the morality not affecting your characters the way they look.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've seen anything regarding whether to be online co-op play or what have you. Because I think Fable 2, it was co-op, but it was you basically went into the world to help your friend.
You just it wasn't joined in. You helped them out.
Yeah.
No, I mean you could do local play. As I mean, you could just press the start button on one of the controllers just for them to jump in and play as almost like a bodyguard for your main character.
Yeah, and there was also like the breadcrumb trail as well, wasn't there, which would lead you to where you need to go if you got lost. Again, I haven't seen anything about that necessarily just yet. I'm just sort of scrolling through this interview they've done very quickly, but. No, there's nothing that I can see in there regarding those questions. So yes, that'd be interesting to see whether there is some sort of co-op element, or even again just join your friend's game and help them out with a couple of quests. You don't come out of it with anything necessarily, but it'd be interesting.
But the thing is, I'm not going to be too sort of hurt if it's not there, because it just means you've got your own kind of unique experience. I know there's a lot of desire now for a lot of people to interfere with other people's worlds, but in the same kind of breath, it's okay to have your own experience with it without the interactions of others. Sort of help you through the game or give you boosted that you don't need to have that kind of boost there. But I'm fine either way with it. But it'd be interesting to see what they decided to do with it. I would imagine they would have mentioned something about co-op if it was in there by now. But like you said, it's not the end of the world if it's not there. It'd just be a nice extra if they do include some way of helping out your buddies, even if it's because wasn't it in Fable 2 where you could trade you could trade items and money and stuff, couldn't you? So if I had a load of stuff, I could come into your world and drop you a load of gold and items, whatever, and then bugger off again. There was a lot of different tweaks like that, and like I said, with the one where you sort of joined as player 2 as a bodyguard, you can do that and then just kill them off to sort of gain experience, to sort of cheese your way up levels by sort of having them join and then randomly die. So we'll see. I mean, I imagine for the first attempt, maybe not. And I'm hoping if should it hit the bar, we're hoping it will, and that it becomes a very, very good game, which is what it's going to look to be. That it's not another 7 years since they announced the last one that they're going to take to release the next one, because look, we're getting old now. You've got to pick up the pace a little bit. We've got to get through a few more of these games in what time we have left. So chop please. But all in all, Fable I thought looked incredible. Definitely, obviously, the highlight of the showcase. I can't wait to see some more. There's rumours of a second developer _direct later this year, focusing on things like Gears of War. But again, just rumours at the minute, because that's supposed to be out this year as well. So we've got Fable, we've got Forza, Gears of War supposed to be out this year, which I highly, highly doubt at this point, because again, GTA is the sort of elephant in the room, seeing as that was supposed to be out last year. Why would you then release all of your big hitters that you've been building for years up against it? Probably not the best idea in the world. I know they're obviously different audiences, perhaps, and not everybody's going to play GTA, but I still wouldn't. I'd leave it alone for a little while if I were you. We'll see. But Fable looks tremendous. Forza looks great as well, like I said. But we'll wait for Ross to discuss his thoughts on that, because he's the car man here, or the racing game man here, I should say. Ian as well. I think Ian's a big fan of the Forza series.
I like the setting, the Japanese setting, and a lot of it because of obviously, they've got like cities and sort of based on real locations. It reminded me a little bit of like Yakuza and Shenmue and stuff, which obviously got me very excited. But am I going to be excited driving through at 200 miles an hour? Probably not. I want to sit and explore.
You have to get with last Forzas, you've got to let it drive itself.
Well, I'm assuming you didn't watch the Forza bit.
No, I did not.
You'll be pleased to know, Gray, that there literally is an accessibility option where the game will drive itself for you, so you can just sit and watch it. that was what they said in the showcase. Was it's an option if you just want to sit back and take in the sights of Japan, you can just let it drive itself.
Watch a video. Jeez.
Perfect. Ross and Ian will be very happy indeed. Whether that gets you the achievements, I don't know. But yeah, very, very good. I think it's just like a snail's pace drive through. It's not like it's going to do the races for you, but it will just drive itself.
That could set a precedent, you know.
Yeah.
Of other games you like that. It's like you're so crap at like horror games or like a Resident Evil game. Say, play a game like yourself. Like, let's watch someone else play the game. Just to press a button and watch the computer play through the game. So you get to watch someone not crap as yourself play through the game to see how it's done.
I mean, yeah, it might not necessarily be the worst idea for some games, but yeah, the racing game, again, if you need the help or if you want the help, that's fine. But if you're just going to use it to cheese for achievements, then I'm not sure about that, but we'll see. But yes, I did think of you, and I thought
there could be a market in that, you know.
Yeah, I thought of you and Ross when they said that. I was like, oh, yes, plays itself ever since Forza Horizon 4. Yes.
Not obviously to that terms. That was just them to cheese to get sort of bonus.
Yeah, they were cheesing to get points and money and whatever and achievements and stuff. Whereas
I was thinking more for like, for like real sort of RPG kind of games. If like you are, and or you can give it instructions kind of things like explore the world or do side quests first or do that thing. So you can give them steerings, but the game plays itself because if you're so bad, or even if you like you're tired sort of. You play the game now. I'm just going to sit back and sort of.
You'd also be pleased to know, then, Gray, that Sony recently patented an idea of an AI that will play the game for you if you're stuck or if you're not sure where to go. You can ask it, and it will either play it for you or show you where to go. So you're maybe you and PlayStation.
There's a bit of market in there.
You and PlayStation could be best of buds yet. Don't worry.
Well, I was thinking more because the Let's Play stuff, people like to watch along with other people kind of play games. But the downside of some of that is some of the people you watch and play with it don't do what you want them to do. They're or they're just generally annoying people in the first place. You just want to watch the playthrough, just not want to hear them. Yeah. But yeah, no, an AI that you can, like an instructional AI. So you kind of give them steerings, but you're just watching them play through.
Yeah.
Just because, there could be some games that you're just bad at, but you always want to see through the story and see what happens. But if you're just not good enough, then you're never going to see what happens. It's just like the curse. The
world is your oyster in that respect. And yeah, I mean, you're sort of describing FMV games as well, like the complex stuff like that, where you watch it and then you just choose a direction for it to go in. But obviously, that's you're looking at more interactive stuff rather than just a story-based stuff. But well, watch your space, eh? You could be watching your expensive machine play your expensive video game for you in the near future instead of play it yourself.
Stop cheapening it. I'm thinking of a way that people that are rubbish at the game can get involved, because that's a turn off for a lot of people to say, oh well, I'm never going to get past this bit. I'm never going to play the game anymore.
I mean, to be honest, I've been there many times where I've got to say, oh fuck this, I'm not doing this anymore, and turn it off. If I could just get what was that game, Wanted Dead, that game we played, it was terrible. There was one bit in it that I could not for the life of me get past it, so I was like, fuck this, I've had enough, turn it off. If I could have got past that, I probably would have carried on. So, use case number one here, get on it. Get your fucking your typing fingers on the code, figure it out, come back to me, tell me how I can play my games without playing my games. That'd be tremendous.
I mean, for the purists, I mean, they can just lock achievements behind it, kind of thing. So like play through the whole game without using any AI assistance, etc. So they can still say, well, I could play the game properly and completed it. So say, whoopee, you can have your little boner badge.
Don't let the fucking Souls people hear you say that. They'll be very upset. They don't even want an easy mode in their games. They don't know if it plays itself.
Exactly. But if it did, so what? I mean, if they're not touching your world, what does it matter to them? Each to their own. Let them play their own kind of way.
That is the point. Why are you so upset if someone else plays it on easy mode? Literally doesn't matter. Like just enjoy your game and let other people enjoy their game. But anyway, I feel like we've had a discussion before. We don't need to get into it.
Yeah, I know it is. But it's like, if you want your sort of commendation, that's what the achievements are there for. Sort of play it and complete it on hard mode. You get it. If you've got it, well done. You can show it off and see how many people care.
Yeah, what's that? No one, sorry. Oh, no. Yes. Oh, yes. Well, yeah, we'll leave that one there for the minute. But yes, it's a good idea. Like I said, it's a nice idea, and especially again for the people who need the assistance, whether through skill or through disability or whatever, tremendous. But yeah, like I said, I'm sure the people who are hardcore capital G gamers will be very upset at everything we just said there. But fuck them. All right.
Until they bring a valid argument, yeah, too right.
So again, Fable looks great, Forza looks great. Beast of Reincarnation did not do anything for me, but I'm sure I'll be eating my words in a few months' time. And Kiln, well, I think we'll play Kiln as a stream at some point because I think it will be fun. But it's not out for a few months just yet. That was the big stuff of the week, really. The only other thing, which I know you don't care about, so I won't spend too long on it, but Life is Strange Reunion was announced just before the Xbox developer underscore direct. Love Life is Strange. Double exposure didn't really do it for me. By the end of it, it sort of shit the bed towards the end. But this one brings back Max, brings back Chloe, puts them together as one final time as they reconcile and pays off the ending of Double Exposure, which I didn't think was very good. But the way they're presenting this sequel, I think they've done a pretty good job so far of retconning it and making it worthwhile, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that. I think it's out in March. So I'll look forward to playing that one, and hopefully will be a lot more enjoyable because I've loved all the other ones I played. Just Double Exposure really didn't do it for me, unfortunately. But yeah, unless you've got anything else particularly urgent or things you've seen this week, Gray, that you want to bring up, do us.
No. I mean, there's been a few new games dropping into Game Pass that have some interest, but it's hard to pull my attention away from the game I'm playing just because it's a present and I'm determined to see it through to completion. And
I mean, that's some commitment right there. I mean, what you could do is have AI play it for you while you play some of these other games in Game Pass. You sort of double dip it then.
Well, like I said, the Village, that was it. The Resident Evil one that came into it. Yeah, that'd be what you'd like.
It is in Game Pass. I mean, I've played it a long time ago, and Requiem's out soon. But I have installed it with the intention of at least playing a little bit of it again, just to refamiliarize myself with it. What else is coming Game Pass that sort of caught your eye, Greg?
Well, Death Stranding did a little bit better. I mean, the more people keep talking about it, the more it keeps just putting me back off again. Sort of stealth and all this unnecessarily sort of, quietness and stealth and a lot of walking.
A lot of walking, yeah. I played a little bit of it, but not the director's cut. And now that's in Game Pass, I think I might start it again because I was quite enjoying it. But
the pacing worries me.
Yeah, I mean, what have you got to lose? You can install it and give it a try, see what happens.
Yeah. The other one was Assassin's Creed Mirage. I thought that could sort of, but then once again, it's not a game you can just dip your toe in.
No.
I need to be careful on ones like that. Although I think they got said as like one of the worst ones of the series. So
Ian reviewed it for us, and he wasn't as sold on it as he'd hoped. I forget what he give it now, but yeah, he went in high and come out going, it wasn't quite what I was looking for. I also would like to play it as well. Like you said, now it's in Game Pass. I just put Assassin's Creed. Fucking hell.
You can't spell it without ass. Twice. 2 asses.
I'm trying to find Ian's review here. Here we go. Right.
Just think you're into asses, and then you can never think how it's spelled.
I just think of our it was episode 50 quiz with the peaches. And you go watch that on Gaming Tavern YouTube. That was a lot of fun. We got together live, all 5 of us. Me, Graham, Ian, Scotch Ross, and Lady's favourite Daniel, and did a live quiz together. It was a lot of fun. Ian gave it a 6.4 when he reviewed it back in the day. It's supposed to be like a go back to the original style of Assassin's Creed, not too much RPG bloat, which is what appeals to me about it. But like I said, it didn't seem to hit the mark for a lot of people. But being in Game Pass, again, what have you got to lose other than a few hours of your time? So might give it a go at some point.
That's all right. So I do like dipping my toes into like the smaller games in there, just to give them a little chance, because I did play a couple of them. Dome Keeper was one of them, which is a combination of like digging around to get resources and then defending your dome for it. And then that's quite a neat little sort of twist of a game. So I thought that was quite fun, because you've got to do it against the time and then quickly get back to defend it before the aliens sort of destroy it. And I thought that was a fun little cool little game. They've got different styles of game, like you usually come in waves of enemies, and then or you can play a different style of game, whereas one big wave right at the end, but you've got to spend all your time gathering resources to keep upgrading to try and defend yourself. So I thought that was quite a cool little one. And the other one was a game about digging a hole. There's something about those kind of stupid ones that you just think, I'll give it a go, and then you sort of go, oh, that's quite fun. You get that, and then so get a bit stronger, go down even further, and sort of it was just what you call like some sort of homebrew kind of game in a way. Very, very basic, but it was all right. So it sort of killed a few hours. It was it's fun to play through once, and then that's it. You don't really have to touch it again. It does try to sort of get you to play it again for achievements and stuff, but not my bag. Keep your achievos. I'm done now. It's not fun anymore.
Yes, I must admit, I did look at a game about digging a hole. And I think it would be more fun, like Power Wash, if you could play it with people. But it's a single player only game. I was like, I haven't really got it in me to play something like this right now. But again, it's on Game Pass. What the fuck? Why not give it a go? One I did want to shout out: Ninja Gaiden Ragebound's on there now.
Yeah, I did see that on that just come in.
It's something I was very keen to play back in the day, but I didn't manage to get my hands on it. But Shinobi was incredible, and this come out just beforehand, and it looks very, very good. So I've installed that on my ROG Ally. I think I've installed it now on the Xbox. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting time to start that at some point soon. Now I'm wrapping up a few other things up. Like I said, I'm playing at the minute. Lots of good stuff in Game Pass at the minute. Obviously, I know the price and stuff went up and a bit of an uproar, but plenty of good stuff to sort of almost make it worthwhile. And we've got plenty more stuff coming up soon, like the aforementioned Fable and Forza and Beta Reincarnation, stuff like that. Okay. Well, that'll do us in, I guess, for this week's Gaming Tavern, episode 194th. I've been Jamie. You can find me at Enaxan on everywhere you'd care to even bother looking. That will be me, whether it be on Xbox or PlayStation or Switch or Steam or Epic or Twitter or wherever else. You can find Graham
at Graham Reaper.
And we'll see you next week for some sort of gameplay stream, approximately 8 p.m.
Ish.
Thank you. I'm making you work extra overtime issues this week because no one else is here. Be it some Arc Raiders or whatever else we sort of conjure up together between us. And then we're back for a regular podcast in 2 weeks' time. So have a wonderful few weeks. Enjoy yourselves. Be good to each other. Play all the games. Tell us about them. And come back to Xbox Tavern and Gaming Tavern for more wonderful goodness very, very soon. Goodbye.
Yes. Farewell. Dinner.